There are many things in life that will catch your eye, but only a few catch your heart. Pursue these. Thanks for joining us in this program, Vivid View, with EHILIZ. Many thanks to God. Still remain EHILIZ as your host. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Interestingly, our discussion today is early and late marriage, the pros and cons. We shall get the gist after this short break. And of course, the guests will be introduced. Please stay tuned. Vivid View.
Say and
do it. Welcome back. Early and late marriage is the topic for discussion today. And with me in the studio is a medical personnel. Let's make welcome Dr. Ogunko Moromoke.
Vivid View.
Say and do it. Follow us on our social media handles are displayed on the screen. Thank you so much for coming, Doctor.
Thank you for
Now, without wasting more time, let's just go straight to the business of the day. What are your perspectives on this subject matter? Early and late, marriage, the pros and cons.
Thank you very much. I am honored to be here.
You're welcome.
Sometimes I feel like probably I'm not even worthy to take this topic, but I'll give my perspective.
Yeah.
First of all, what is marriage? Before we now go to say which one is early
and which one is
late. So marriage is a union between two people deciding to live together. It's like a contract. You say you want to live together, and no other reason. There should be no other reason why two people want to be together than love and the desire to be committed to each other forever. However, these days, people have several reasons for going into the marriage. So back to what we are discussing. What is early marriage? Now we're looking at early marriage, side-by-side child marriage. In Nigeria, the age of adulthood, we say, okay, it's 18 years. That once you're 18 years, you can get married. But early marriage is a union between two people where either one or both of them are below the age of 18 years. It could be the female, it could be the male. Now, early marriage is very common among some ethnic groups. There are several perspectives about it, both religious beliefs, sociocultural beliefs, and the rest of it. But I really want to hammer on early marriage, and the reason is because early marriage in our society today is common among the northerners, where you find a child, so to say, a child of 10, 12, 13, having to get married to a 65-year-old man because you want to preserve the honor of the family, or you want to keep a bond, or even immediately a child is born, a female child is born, that child is already betrothed to someone who is already an adult. And now early marriages, the immature mind, the female that is not mature, she doesn't even know herself, she has not even discovered herself. And then you say, oh, she gets herself, into the marriage. She's not ready for the demands of marriage. She's not ready for what it takes to be married. There's so many effects that comes out of it. Some of them, okay, well, before I even go to the effects, why do we even have early marriage? Why do people send their children to marry early? Poverty is the main reason. First of all, poverty can cause it, because they feel, oh, if this rich man wants my daughter's hand in marriage, why not? Let her go so that we'll have enough money. But my own perspective about early marriage is there are two ways about it. Because if you say early marriage, we're looking at that age, that 18 years range. Any female or any child, anybody that is below the age of 18. But then we also have people that marry in their early 20s. Some people will say it is early marriage. Someone that marries around 22 or 23, they still say it's early marriage.
Okay, thank you so much. You know, your discussion before, you only mentioned when early marriage is when it happens to a boy or girl that are below 18 years. But sometimes early marriage too is to where one person is also below the age, like you mentioned. A little girl marrying a man of about 65 years. So that young girl is early. You understand? So vice versa. Now that takes me to the second question. What then are the causes of early marriage? And delayed marriage or late marriage? Delayed or late marriage as well.
Okay.
So we're treating the two together.
Together. Okay. First of all, late marriage is when an individual that is perceived or that is physically mature, has reached a certain age, physically mature, spiritually mature, financially ready, and psychologically ready to get married, and the person is not married. It may be due to maybe lack of spouse or some other reasons why they are not married. So I will now take the causes of early marriage and the causes of late marriage pari passu. Now, for early marriage, I said poverty. And that is common in a setting where a family wants to keep their dignity. They want the girl child or the female is seen as, oh, this is our pride. When she gets married to this rich man, our family would, you know, get out of poverty.
Family are made.
Family.
Or it's made. Whichever.
Then the second cause of early marriage can be lack of sexual education. Because when there is lack of sexual education, it can lead to unwanted pregnancies. And then by the time the girl is pregnant, the parents goes like, no, you're not going to have an abortion because we don't want you to die or something. And if the person that impregnated her is of age, what are we waiting for? To go and get married. That is, you have to go and get married. Disobedience can also be a reason for early marriage. Yeah. Because some young people, they believe that, oh, I love this person, I know what I'm doing, I'm ready to do it. So they just frank disobedience and then they just go all their way without the parents' consent, and then they go on to get married anyway. So those are some of the causes of early marriage. But for late marriages, I would say one of the main reasons for late marriage is socio-economic. In our society where the economy is not, you know, is not so friendly. So a man wants to, God has created the man to dominate. He has created the man to be the provider, created the man to be in charge. So it is common, the late marriage is common in the male gender than the females. Though we have quite a number of ladies that are also getting married late, and it may be due to, like I said, she doesn't have a job, I don't have a job, or she's not beautiful enough for me, or no, the person I want to marry has to have a good job, has to have a car, has to have, you know, a 3-bedroom flat furnished and everything. You know, everything has to be ready. So because of that, I'm not ready to marry.
I don't want to go and suffer.
I don't want to suffer. Then some female will say, please, I beg, let me enjoy my life, because once I get into marriage now, it is bondage. Let me just flex and flex and flex. Then when I'm ready, I will come and settle down. So that could also be one of the reasons for late marriage. Another reason for late marriage that we really need to look at is parental influence. Okay. You know, sometimes some people come home and say, oh, mommy, daddy, this is the person I want to get married to. And they said, where is he from? He's from Auchi. Auchi people. No. You cannot marry that kind of person. And then she brings in another person, or he or she brings another lady or another man. I say, okay, what do you do? I'm an artist. In this time and age? No, you cannot take care of my daughter. No. So, you know, parental influence also causes late marriage. Because, fine, every parent wants their children to do well. Every parent wants their children to get married and then not having to still be fending for them after they get married. But it does not now mean that we have to take the whole decision like, no, unless I am satisfied with the person you are bringing home, you are not going to get married. So that is one of the reasons why we also have late marriages.
Thank you so much. I think I also add to what you said before we take a break now. Unemployment also, because of course, mentioned social aspects, also contribute to late marriage, especially to the men. When a young man wants to have few things before he starts talking of bringing up a family, the job is not there. He has graduated for 5 years, no job. Why do you expect him to go and get married? He will feel that on his own as a man, that he will not be able to fulfill these 3 P's. They told me men always fulfill 3 P's. 1, to profess, to provide, and to protect their wives. So he will not be able to do that. So he will be waiting till he gets a job. And before you know it's 40 years, 42. May God forbid that. We'll take a break now. Vivid View. Do it.
This is Vivid View.